what the heck are you thinking? You are number 2 in the world, you beat the world champion, 10 years undefeated champion. And you did it. What else do you want?
Hi everyone, welcome to Own Your Story. Today I'm speaking to Heidi. He is the captain and coach of Malaysia Dodgeball team, and he's also an entrepreneur running a company in personal development training, corporate training as well.
Yes.
So welcome to Own Your Story.
Thank you so much. Such a pleasure to be here.
So I understand that when we first connected, you mentioned that Malaysian Dodgeball win the second place in the World Cup.
Yes, correct.
And you have been playing dodgeball for more than 10 years.
9 to 10 years, yeah.
So what's your motivation?
I think ever since young, I've always been very active in sports. Sports was something that really changed me and impacted me in a positive way. I think when I saw dodgeball for the first time, I saw that, oh wow, there's a bunch of guys and also girls playing the same sports. That's not something that you see very often.
Yeah.
So when I saw that, I'm like, okay, let's try it. Let's see how we can do it. So when we started playing, we met this bunch of girls that they just, the captain Dan was like, okay, you guys will be facing the girls. We were like, what? Are you serious? And then we got knocked out bad by the girls. Then we started like, oh my god, it is not an easy sport, and it's so the adrenaline of it is it was crazy. So we were like, okay, let's start training, and that's how we started dodgeball.
I see, because like at that time, I believe that dodgeball is not a popular sport in Malaysia, and you brought the team from nothing to world level. How did that happen? And what's when you first playing, do you have the vision of going to world level? What's your vision?
Okay, definitely not. When we started, okay, I always knew that I wanted to play a sport at a very high level, and I knew that even though we were good, I was good with my team. We were good at football, futsal, and things that we could never go far. So we knew that for a fact. So we started dodgeball. We are very ambitious. We will spend our own money to actually go to international tournaments like Singapore, Australia, Philippines, and we started winning a lot of tournaments. We're like, hey, we're actually not bad. So why not look into something like that, right? So this is the funny story. I don't know whether it's not enough research or whatever it is. What we did was we went to Australia for 2015. We went to Australia. It was called ADC, Asia Dodgeball Championship. Who would know that it was a qualifying event? We got second in the world. Second in Asia. So when we got second in Asia, they came to us and they said, congratulations, you've already qualified for the World Cup. We're like, what World Cup? So that's why it's very funny, because we didn't know that was a qualifying event. So that's how we started. We're like, okay, oh wow, we are doing well in Asia, so let's really move forward into the world. So that's why we went to the first ever World Cup in 2016, Manchester.
I see. And you won second place.
Yeah.
The first runner up.
Yeah.
In the first time that you appear on World Cup World Cup. What were the challenges during this period, like from wanting to go until winning, and where does the funding come from?
Okay, so as you know, it's something very new, and the challenge was always because we didn't know how other people play, because we have been a team where we adapt really well to learning how people play, and then we play against it. So we didn't know how they play. All we could do is we trained the very best that we could for ourselves. So meaning perfection our style of playing, our strategy and whatnot. So that was how we prepared it, and we moved towards World Cup. So when we went there, of course nobody knew about us. They're like, oh okay, there's this guy from Northern Ireland. He actually asked me, hey, welcome, where are you from? I said, from Malaysia. Then they're like, where's Malaysia? I'll be like, between Thailand and Singapore. So that's how we started, and the first team that we played against was USA. Can you imagine? So USA was where dodgeball was founded. Can you just imagine that? So but we knew that we were not playing for ourselves. We were playing for the flag on our chest. So that's how we went all out, and we beat them. And everyone, all eyes were starting to be on us. And we started winning, and we went all the way to the finals. And it was crazy, because in the semi-final itself, we met the second best team in Europe, which is Wales. During that time, we were down. We were leading, and then we went down because we just couldn't get used to the weather. It was super cold, and we had 5 minutes left, and we did a crazy comeback, and that was rated the best game of the World Cup itself. So from down, 5 minutes left, we chased, and we won. And the whole crowd went crazy because everyone wanted Malaysia to win. They wanted the underdogs to win.
Right.
Yeah, so and we went to finals. We met England, which is a 10 years champion.
Right.
And it wasn't an easy task, and we lost. But we came short. But I think being second is, it's a lot of people say that being second is always better than being the first, because you would know who is your target. You want to move towards that. So that was how we started our 2016 World Cup. And World Cup is every 2 years once. So the year in between is called Continental Championship. So they have the European Cup Nation, American Cup Nation, and we have our Asian Dodgeball Championship. So and 2017, what we did was we went. We host our own Asia Dodgeball Championship. We had 10 countries over coming in, and there's three categories. There's women's, men's, and also mixed.
Right.
So in Asia itself, we won all three. We're the champion for all
Malaysia.
three categories. Yes. So we had triple goals, and we represented Malaysia to go to New York in 2018.
I see. So the win in 2016, how did that change you as a person and the team?
Okay.
Suddenly appear like on top of the world.
Correct. It was a big impact also, because we started from nothing, and then when we started winning, we were like, the impact was crazy, because when we started looking for funds and all, it was really a challenge. We were looking at sponsors, and it was really a big challenge. But we were very lucky that once we started it, and once we win it, we had the results. Okay, most importantly, we had the results. When you had the result, Malaysia works a little bit backwards. How they do it is that they do not fund you first, and then you go there, represent Malaysia, do well. So what we did was, we did really well. People see us, and they all jump on board. They're like, hey, I want to be part of this. I want to be part of this. So you're talking about the traction that we got. It was huge. A lot of people wanted to be part of us.
Yeah,
and I think
as in like join the team.
Not just join the team, be part of us in terms of sponsorship.
Their
names wants to be out there. Yeah, so we're very lucky and blessed because.
So how do you, as the captain, and how do you manage the team in terms of staying grounded and keep working towards 2018?
Because I think one of the main focus point was, first of all, we were not good enough to be champions. That's it. That was a fact that we all needed to accept. So irregardless of the weather, irregardless of the referee, irregardless of anything else, it's just we're not good enough. We needed to be number one in the world. That was the goal. And one more thing that was very important was, we knew that we did not play for ourselves. It was for the flag on our chest. So at any point of time in my team, if you at any point of time feel that you are playing only for yourself, and you feel that you are all that, you have no space in my team. I'm very, very clear. You play for the country. I don't need a star player. I need a person that has heart for the country. So that has always been our motto, and it has been working very well towards us.
Alright. So how do you motivate? I understand that the whole team are semi-professional, meaning that all of you have your full-time job, and you train at night. How do you motivate a team like that, especially when in work, right? It's not like good all the time. Sometimes like they are stressed, and then family issues, so many things.
So this is the challenge as a semi-pro athlete. First of all, you're not paid to do it. You're doing it purely for passion and your country. So like you said, you have a full-time job. Can you just imagine, after that you have to rush to training, work until train until around 12 o'clock at night, and then by the time you reach home, 1 o'clock, next day full work again. So that was the type of life that we went through. We do 4 times a week.
Wow.
Yeah, it's crazy. So that's why I said that in terms of motivation, it cannot just be solely on you. Because if you're the only reason that you're doing this, it's not going to be good enough. You must have a bigger goal. You must have a bigger motivation. That must be, for me, it was playing for my country. I knew that there's only a few years left as an athlete in my life. So I will go 100% for it, because I want to make Malaysia proud. I want to build my name. I want to build it for Malaysia. I want to build Malaysia's name. I want people to know Malaysia. So that has always been the goal. I wasn't born a captain. I wasn't born a leader. It was all trained. It was all forced into, or mold into a situation where I had to do it. And I've learned to come to love it because I knew that maybe just a little bit of a difference that I can make in this person's life would have changed this person's life. So for example, something that I might have said or something that I might have done, just the smallest of things, I would like to think that I've made a difference in their life.
Alright, so if there is like 3 tips that you can pass on to the next captain, what would be the 3 things?
I think number 1 would be definitely always remember why you do it. Okay, number 1, the purpose. The purpose is, having a purpose is crucial. Is definitely playing for your country and doing the very best for your country. Number 2 is always them before you. Always them before you, because as a leader, people think that I can instruct people to do something. It's not that. That's not being a leader. A leader is someone that actually would go first. I would lead by example. I would do it first so that you see it and you see that it's possible. Number 3 is always remember that it is always a bigger reason than just you. I think that's the biggest thing. If it is only for your own gain, there's only so far you can go.
Right.
But if it is for something bigger, for a cause, that is something, something about that really drives you, and it's just amazing. And that would be the tip that I would give to my next captain.
Cool. So in terms of coming back to the Dodgeball World Cup in 2018, because like you already won second place, expectation was high.
Very high.
So what was the biggest challenge, like mentally and physically, when you went last year to New York?
I think one of the biggest one is, of course, in terms of training, is because we were training how to beat England. England is a 10 years champion. They have never lost.
Again,
Never.
England.
Yeah, England.
Yeah.
We just wanted to train for that, and that's what we did. We did fitness, the training getting more intense. So when we went to the World Cup in New York 2018, it was crazy because everyone wanted us to lose. It's always like that. So people always wanted the underdog to win. So when you're no longer the underdog, everyone wants you to lose.
I see.
We didn't do so well in the beginning because there were so many factors,
Yeah.
And we lost the first game, and then after that we started winning, but we didn't play that well. At the end of it, because of that, we met England in the semi-final. That's a bad place to meet the world champion.
Yeah.
Because if you lose, you're gone. You're third or fourth. We can't fall back to third or fourth. So what we did was we sit down together and say, hey, we've already made it here. We trained to meet England. We trained to beat them. So let's do this. We started playing. We were leading, and then they lead, and then we lead, and then it was just crazy.
It's a very close.
Very, very close game, and it was on ESPN.
Wow.
Yeah, it was on ESPN, and
Cool.
it was just crazy. And at the end of it, we came out on top. I don't know how we do it, but we did it. We knew that we wanted it more. We were trained 2 years for this, and we did it. And to finally beat that, it was just all worth it. And then we went to finals, and then we meet Austria. Austria is a really good team, and we came out short. Sadly, we came out short. But I guess as an athlete, knowing that you wanted to be number one, that really took a toll on us. I was breaking down to the point where I'm like, oh God, why so close?
Right.
But I think a lot of my friends and family has given me a lot of feedbacks in terms of, what the heck are you thinking? You are number 2 in the world, you beat the world champion, 10 years undefeated champion, and you did it. What else do you want? So that is where we come back to expectation. Expectation is very important, but how you use the expectation after that with the result is what really matters, because you can fall into the victim mode. I'm saying that, oh God, I'm not good enough, or you can say that, let's celebrate this. We have done it. We worked so hard for it. We deserve it. So that's what we did, and I'm very blessed that I have people that really supported me.
So throughout this journey, has there been any major failure or loss that shaped you who you are today?
Rather than that, I think I've been lucky in a way where I started with a very rough childhood. That has really molded me into a way where I'm very lucky that I've not, in terms of big achievements and all, I've not lost at the highest level. But maybe if you're talking about loss, would be in the finals. That one really hit us really hard. But in terms of how my story is, I'm gonna share with you a little bit about how I started. I come from a separated family, so it has always been hard to gain that attention. Yeah, so I'm a Muslim. My dad is Arab Japanese. My mom is Chinese.
Very complicated.
Yeah, very complicated.
Yeah.
So I started going to Mandarin school. I was a fat kid. I was a huge kid. I didn't have a neck like. Yeah. So I started there, and imagine in a Chinese school where I'm the only Muslim that wear long pants. All the Chinese wear short pants. I didn't speak a word of Mandarin. Can you just with that, everyone can already imagine the type of bullying you get. So I was cast out. I didn't have any friends. So I was I was introvert.
Yeah.
I didn't have many friends, and that's how I grew. So ever since then, I started playing sports, yada yada yada, to where the big difference when I thinned down, slimmed down, and started getting good at sports. People start realizing me. So it's the same thing with this. When I started winning, people start realizing. People before that, people like, who's this guy? What is your achievement? Nah. But when you start winning, people start jumping in. So that's why this is how I keep myself grounded, because I've been through so much.
Yeah, in the childhood.
In the childhood and also my life, that when I come here and when I receive that kind of feedback, I just take it as, okay, great, thank you so much for doing this, but I do not let it get to my head, because I know that this sort of thing doesn't last. What lasts is true friendships, is through partnership, through people that were sincere to you, people who believe in you before you get your fame. Yeah, so that was something that I think it changed my life as a whole and how I view things, because I don't need to be a certain way. I just need to be me, regardless of whatever I achieve, regardless of whatever I don't achieve. Yeah, so that's one of the biggest learning for me.
I see. So in a way, sports changed your life by giving you the confidence and then making something yourself.
Definitely, I think sports is something that has changed me and showed me that there is so much possibility. I was like I said, I'm an introvert, and can you imagine ever since being a trainer, being a captain and things like that? That has molded me into a way where I knew through trainings, through corporate trainings, through soft skill trainings, I could make a difference in other people's life. So imagine from a fat introvert kid who didn't have any friends to being a corporate trainer who speak to hundreds and thousands of people. That was something that's how it impacted me as a whole.
Yeah. Okay. So in a way, it's not about what you are given; it's what you accumulate. Your effort.
Yeah. Some people say that leaders are born. I totally disagree with it.
Okay.
I think that might be true, but talents. Okay, hard work beats talent any day, right? So I personally feel that sometimes in the situation you're molded into something. So I was molded into a trainer. I was molded into a speaker. I was molded into somebody as a leader, and it was because of my situation. But I made a choice to be like that. Or you can make a choice not to be like that. So it's totally up to you. So I think I made a choice. I would like to think that I made a correct choice that have impacted people in their life, and I love what I do.
So in the past 3 years, what would you say is the most important investment? It can be in terms of time, effort, or money that you have made in your life.
When I started doing for Malaysia Dodgeball Federation, we started from nothing, and we invested a lot of time, a lot of money, and basically my life I invested that
in dodgeball
itself, and we didn't reap any results then. And of course, being the parents that we have in Asia, Asian parents, right? When you don't have any results, people be like, "What are you doing?" People judge you. People are like, "Hey, what are you reaping from this? What do you get from this?" So that's my point. Sometimes when you do something, you must have a reason to why you do it.
Yeah.
For sure. But it's not always about results. It's not always about results. Results are crucial. Don't get me wrong. I'm a trainer and I'm a sales coach. Training, results are important. But if your result doesn't have meaning anymore, then your result would just be a result. It will not bring value to your life. So I think what it did for me was I built this, and of course at times there is doubts. I'll be like, oh my god, what am I doing in my life? But I think after that, after we achieved it and we come back, I started focusing on my business. It impacted me as just like a train. It came and never stopped, and people see value in that. People see, oh wow, you did it. Nobody did it. You did it. Your team did it. And I think that as a whole served as an inspiration, and I love it. And I love the fact that I've invested it for so many years, and it has reaped fruit, and it has a result. So I love that fact.
Yeah, like from talking to you, I know that it's like a captain is not just a captain. You have to do a lot, even raising fund, training, and all that. That's really a lot, and that's also what shapes you who you are today. Going through all the tough time, good time.
True.
At this point in life, 2019, what's your priority?
I think my priority would definitely be my business, because
the training company.
Yeah, the training company, because my focus has always been making a difference in people's lives. So how I did was I have my own academy, my sports academy, where I coach a lot of different sports, and I have trainers that I train and coaches that I train to be with the same concept of me, and to grow people, to grow kids from grassroots level, international school especially. So that is for my kids level. So what I do personally is I do corporate trainings. I do for like for example, some of the big companies I did for was Huawei, Nonstop, and like for example I did it for PDRM, Bukit Aman, Police. So we have a good track record, and I would like to think that just through my training, a 3 days 2 night training, when they walk in a different person, they walk out a totally different person. I would like to think that I made that little bit of difference in their life, and that's the kind of feedback I've been getting. So I love it. I love that I can make a little bit of difference in people's life. Maybe because of what I say, that will have changed in their life while they are having problem. They're like, I remember what my coach said. It was that one thing. Maybe that one thing was something that would change our life. I love that fact that I can and is allowed to put myself in a position where I can do that. So I love that.
Okay.
So that would be my focus.
So before we go to the last question, how can people connect with you on social media?
Okay, so follow us on our page. My personal page will be Heidi, Heidy, underscore IMT. IMT.
We'll put that link up.
That IMT stands for Immortals. So I think Immortals have always been has a special place in my heart. We started from there, and I founded it. That's the first time I become real captain that does every single thing. I started from there, so that has always been something that is very special for me. So my Facebook is the same thing, and of course for our Malaysia Dodgeball Federation, you can follow us on Malaysia Dodgeball Federation page on Facebook and also on Instagram. So that is how you connect with us.
Okay, so last question. So through all the things that you do, like in terms of corporate trainings and then sports training, what is the bigger impact that you want to make in this world, so to say?
I want to show people that through trainings is everyone need coaching, everyone need training, everyone need coaching, everyone needs constant motivation to why they want to do it. I think one of my main thing was, just like I explained earlier, my sports academy teaches people how to make a difference through sports, and how sports can change your life, rather than focusing on doing drugs or whatever it is. Result to sports, because sports saves my life. I wanted that. And also in terms of training, corporate training wise, I think I just like I said just now, just a little bit of a difference, just through my sharing, I'm able to make this difference in this person's life. I think that is and always will be my main focus.
Alright, I'll add one more question. What's the one big principle that you hold on to your life? The big guiding principle.
Okay, this quote. I love quotes, by the way. I love quotes. So the love in your heart wasn't put there to stay. For love isn't love until you give it away.
Wow.
Yeah, so I think love as a whole is nothing. It's not tangible. It's nothing. So the love in your heart is not put there to stay. For love isn't love until you give it away.
Yeah,
so,
that's a beautiful generosity, giving.
Exactly, and through giving, you find joy. A lot of people think that I need to take in order to be happy.
Yeah.
So a lot of people do not see that through giving, that actually makes more value and create more value in your life. So if there's any principle that I'll stick to, it will be that.
All right, it's a beautiful ending to our conversation today.
Thank you
so much for coming to own your story and sharing your story with the audience, and it's very inspiration, like listening to your story from how you from a chubby kid you become who you are today. I cannot imagine you being that. Oh wow. Well,
thank you so much for having me.
Yeah, no problem. Like, wish you all the best in terms of all the changes and impact that you want to make in this world, in our local community. And thank you.
Thank you so much for having me.
No problem.
See you guys.
See you guys next week. Bye.